Hey guys, my name is Aaliyah. I'm an actress and I started acting almost a year ago. And today I wanted to share my experience being on a TV show, famous TV show on Hulu as an extra. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Honestly, I booked this background job through my agency that I signed with recently, and I'm gonna talk more about this agency. It's a great agency. I've heard so many good things about them. That's why I decided to apply to this agency. I already had a little bit of experience as an actress because I'm applying by myself as well to different castings, and when I got an audition, I booked the role to one of the movies in Atlanta. So I went there, I was shot in this movie and I got experience for my resume, and I also had a small role in a theater here in Orlando, and I've done some background jobs as well. So I was pretty confident about my resume, like I at least had something in my resume. After I applied to different agencies, one agency reached out to me and they told me that they were really interested in me and they wanted to do an interview with me. The interview was very interesting because they sent me a file with all these directions, what I need to do, and it wasn't like an interview, it was like an audition for this agency. So when I got the file with all the directions, the first thing that I had to do was slate. Slate is like a business card in acting where you say your name, height, location. After that, I had to tell them something about me, something interesting. And I was telling about my hobbies, what I do, what I like, what languages I'm speaking. And they also told me if I speak another language, I need to do a slate in my native language. So I'm gonna show you guys my slate in Russian. Let's watch it.
Всем привет, меня зовут Алия, мне 23 года. Мой рост 1,62 м, но если честно, я всем говорю, что мой рост 1,63 м. Я родилась в Казани, Россия, и сейчас живу в Орландо, Флорида.
Russian language is actually very hard language. I feel like if I was not born in Russia, I probably wouldn't be able to learn that language because it's hard. So after the slate and after I told them something about me, I had to do 2 commercial auditions, pretty much edit everything and set it out. And most of the agencies, they ask you to send the audition through WeTransfer. The thing about WeTransfer is when you send your files, when the person download these files, you actually get an email that your files were downloaded. When I saw that my files were downloaded, I was like, okay, that's probably gonna take a day, and then they reach out to me and say their answer. And the first day I was really nervous. I really wanted to get to that agency and I really wanted to start working with them. But it took them a couple days to make a decision. The first day when they didn't call me, I was nervous. And the second day I was thinking like, whatever. I had fun, so it was a nice experience. But in a couple of days, they reached out to me and they said that they were interested in me and they want to start working with me. But because I don't have a lot of experience in this field, they wanted to put me to a background division for now to get comfortable on set, and then in the future they transfer me to a commercial division. I told them yes, because realistically thinking, if you don't have a lot of experience on your resume, nobody will want to work with you because they don't know anything about you, anything about your acting. And I decided to go for it, to take the offer and start networking, meeting people and building up my resume. Okay, let's go back how I was booked as an extra to a famous TV show on Hulu. One day, one of my agents, she reached out to me and she was asking if I was available. And I told her yes. And then in a couple of days, I got an email that I got booked as an extra for a famous TV show from LA. When you work as an extra, you don't get auditions. They just ask you if you're available or not, and if the production likes your headshot, they say, yeah, we want her or we don't want her, and that's how you get booked. To be an extra is very simple. You don't need to do anything. You don't have any lines. You just do whatever you're told. And sometimes people do an extra job for a very long time because maybe they have their own jobs and they just do the extra work for fun, to meet new people or to network. There were like 40 or 45 extras on the set. I got to talk to almost all of them, and I was so exhausted after the 8-hour shift that I left the set emotionally drained. I worked as an extra for 8 hours, 1 hour lunch break, and then every 2 hours maybe we had like little breaks for 15 minutes. Yeah, that was really fun. And a lot of extras, they knew all the stars, they knew the show, but I didn't really know the stars, and I didn't really know much about this show. I mean, I didn't know the show at all. When I got to the set, I started to Google about the show, and I was like, yeah, these guys are pretty famous. And I even got to talk to one of the stars, but we had a really short conversation. But anyways, that was cool. And sometimes people even say that when you booked as an extra, that doesn't mean you're gonna be an extra. Maybe some of the producers, they notice you and they like you and they give you lines, or they put you up front. So you never know. I can't pretty much tell anything about that show because I signed a non-disclosure agreement where I can't say anything and I can't post anything. I guess when they release it, I'm gonna take a video, and if I see me, I'm gonna post it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in comments. And I'm a beginner as well. I would love to share my experience with you guys, and I'll see you next week.